everybody. I recently wrote an article for the newsletter we have at work about budgeting. And I wanted to share this with you all because this is my first ever budgeting article and I thought it had some pretty important information in there. I'm going to read some of this verbatim so you can grasp the concept better, and I will also be adding notes in certain areas to make things more clear too. All right, so budgeting basics, how to take better control of your finances. So you may be wondering, why do I need to budget? Budgeting helps you to track where your hard-earned dollars are going every month. Without a budget, extra spending may prevent you from being able to save for the future, or worse, like not being able to cover your necessities like rent or utilities. I often used to find that I wouldn't have enough money to cover all my expenses for the month. And when I look back, I was making enough to do so, but I was prioritizing spending for frivolous things versus just holding on to money for later. And it's hard because you're like, I work hard every day, I want to treat myself, but those little $5, $2 treats can add up over time. Alright, so I'm talking about budgeting, but which budget is best? Right, there are many types of budgets out there, but my favorite is the popular 50-30-20 rule. This is where 50% of your net income goes to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to saving, investing, or debt repayment. The graphic to the left shows examples for each category, and we're going to jump over there next, and I'm going to explain what type of items go into each category. And this is going to be very important because some people have a very hard time distinguishing the difference between a need and a want. I'll give you an example before we head over to the chart. Need, you need to pay your rent, you need to pay your mortgage. Want, I want to go to Starbucks. I want to get cake pops. That's a want, not a need. All right, so let's jump over to the graphic and I can get more in detail to show you how to categorize your spending to fit into this 50-30-20 rule. All right, so here's our 50-30-20 rule graphic where I'm going to show you how to break down each category and where you can fit your spending into each one. All right, so let's head over to our needs category, and I'll kind of zoom in as much as I can here. All right, so 50% of your income is allocated for your needs. 50% is half your income, and to cover your needs, that's fine. The cost of living has gone up. I wouldn't say exponentially, but inflation has been absolutely killer for everybody. And 50% will allow you to hopefully cover all the things you need to survive. All right, so in this category, we have things like your rent or your mortgage, your groceries, your phone bill, electricity bill, car note, insurance. One thing I didn't put in there, I didn't put in internet because I do think that connectivity is necessary. I also didn't put in you might have gas instead of electric. And I didn't include minimum credit card payments or minimum loan payments. Those should go in there because those are obligations that you need to pay. And if you don't pay them, of course you'll have extra money in your pocket, but your credit score will be affected. So we don't want that to happen. Just pay the minimums on any debt payments you might have, and then obviously cover your necessities. All right, our wants category is at 30%. And I think that's generous enough for you to feel not deprived for things. Because we do work hard, we do feel like we should be able to enjoy the money that we earn. It feels terrible to work and then all your money just literally goes out the window to everybody else's hands. And that's no fun. So in our wants category, I include dining out, eating out. That includes McDonald's, not just a sit-down restaurant. Netflix is something that you want. You don't need Netflix. It's just entertainment. Amazon hauls, Sephora hauls, Temu, Shein, all those are wants. Clothing can get kind of weird because you need clothes, but do you need a new outfit every weekend? Do you need to buy that shirt because it's so cute and it's on sale? See, that's where the needs and wants get confused. But if you're buying something very impulsively, I would put that into the wants category. And also, one thing that can get kind of convoluted is groceries. You can get bare bones groceries, or you can get the things that you want. If you go shopping for groceries, you want a bottle of wine, okay, maybe the $5 bottle of wine will suffice. If you buy that $40 bottle of wine, that's something that you wanted, and that would have to go into the wants category. All right, down here is the savings category at 20%. I feel like this one is a stickler for a lot of folks because they're paying maybe more than 50% for their needs, and they're also spending way too much on their wants. So by the time we get to the 20% for savings, there's no money left. All right, and so for your savings, things that can go here are retirement account contributions, like a simple IRA, Roth IRA, 401k, even like your your HSA. Cash going into your savings account can be savings, and extra payments. I should have put extra debt payments, because any extra payments you're making on like credit cards or loans or even your car or your mortgage, you're lowering that principal balance and increasing your cash flow. So I do count extra payments as a form of savings because you're taking care of any debt obligations. All right, I should have said this earlier, but your net income is the money you bring home after taxes and other payroll deductions. IRA contributions are pre-tax, but can still be included in the savings category. So all this information is good and dandy, and I hope you don't feel overwhelmed, because there is a way for you to do this. It will take some time, but I'm going to show you how. All right, so grab your favorite snack and all your bank and or credit card statements from May or June. From here, you will sort and categorize every transaction into needs, wants, and savings. Also determine your income for that month. Then your total each category, then determine what percentage of your income each represents. And I'm going to go over this finished example for a May budget. All right, this is just an example. So I'm saying sort every transaction into needs, wants, and savings. You literally have to print everything out, grab a highlighter, and have one color for needs, one color for wants, one color for savings, and you're literally going to highlight each transaction. Okay, my rent transaction, that's going to be a need color. My Starbucks run, that is a want color, and savings is going to be a different color, like the $40 you transferred from your checking into your savings account. All right, so this is what a finished one will look like. All right, so our May spending, and one thing I haven't noted is this is versus your, obviously your income. So note your income for whatever month it may be May, June, you can even go back to March or February. So in May, this person made $3,000 after tax. That's their net income. That income came from work, and that income also came from them doing Uber on the side. All right. Here's an example of their needs. They spent $1,000 on rent, $300 for their car, and their groceries came to $350. You may have more categories in this section, and that's fine. This is just an example of what goes in each category. All right, this person's wants category, they spend $900 on Amazon, hair care, and Uber Eats should be 300, but I made a mistake on this graphic. That should say 300 right there. And then lastly, their savings, they were able to contribute $300 to their IRA, and they put $150 cash into their savings account. All right, so after breaking it all down, they didn't fit the 50, 30, 20, 100%, and that's okay. That's why I like this method, because it's flexible and that you can adjust these categories based off of your lifestyle, right? So some people may have really expensive rent and their needs may be 60%, but that means every other category needs to get adjusted. So for May, this person's needs were 55%, their wants were 30%, and their savings were 15%. So I feel like that's halfway decent for this. Of course, there can things that could always be adjusted, but if they're using this 50, 30, 20 method for their budgeting, they're absolutely fine. All right. So like I'm saying, it's okay if your spending doesn't fit in the 50, 30, 20 category this time. This exercise is just to get you thinking about your spending. See where you can make changes and try again for July, August, or September. Okay? Happy budgeting. Happy getting your life together. Happy liking and subscribing and sharing this video with people who you think this may benefit too. I will have a video coming soon that I'll show you how to actually categorize each of your transactions from all of your accounts to fit into the 50, 30, 20 method, because it does take time. So when you are trying to break down your budget, give yourself at least an hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours to really comb through those statements to get a very accurate picture of your spending. All right, thank you for watching. Bye, guys.
I'm outside and
Right outside.